I didn't bring this fried chicken just because of you.
Hi guys, Black is here. And I want to tell you all, I've never talked about my motorcycle history, at least I don't think I have. When I was young, I don't remember, maybe 11 or 12. Well, actually before that, I wanted a minivan, not a minivan, a mini bike. And my mother, father wouldn't get me one because they thought I was gonna get hurt. So when I got older, I don't know, like 11 or 12 or whatever, my father had bought, I think it was a Honda 50 from one of his friends. It was a single cylinder motorcycle. I think it had a 2-speed transmission and with no clutch. And I rode that for a while and then it stopped running. And then the man came and picked it up and took it back, but he never did fix it. And every time I asked my father, he wouldn't give me an answer. And finally he told me to quit worrying about it. So I never saw it again. All right, so then my dad went out and bought me a Honda Chopper. This was actually a motorcycle. It was a factory chopper, Honda. It's like a 71 or 72, but it wasn't like a really, really long front end. It was kind of longer than normal, but it wasn't real long. But anyway, my father's friend taught me how to ride that because my father did not ride motorcycles. He did not ride motorcycles. He didn't touch them. So my father's friend taught me how to ride it. I think it had a 4-speed transmission. That's how old the damn thing was. A 4-speed transmission. So anyway, I rode it for a while and I think it stopped running and my father never got it fixed. I couldn't fix it, so he ended up junking it or something. And he went to the auction and he bought me another motorcycle. I think it was a Honda 350. It was around the same 71 or 72, something like that. It was the bike, it seemed like, okay, the mufflers ran up and ran alongside of the seat with like 2 tailpipes, I think. No, it wasn't a dirt bike. It was a street bike. Well, anyway, he had that for a while. And by then, the bike was a lot faster. And I wanted to ride on the street, but the tail lights, brake light, headlights, none of that stuff worked. So we put it in the shop for them to fix that. And they fixed it, we get it back, and it worked for like 1 day, and they stopped. So we take it back to the shop, and a day or 2 later, we hear on the news that there was a fire at this Honda dealership up in Mableton, Georgia. So the bike got burnt up. But they gave us insurance money off the bike, and my father made a hefty profit because he bought the bike for, I don't know, a few $100s, if that much. And he got like a few thousands off the bike. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, he went back to the auction and he bought me I think it was a Kawasaki 400. This was the first 4-cylinder motorcycle I had. And compared to all the other bikes, this sucker here had some balls. It had some balls, right? So I rode it for a while and I don't know what happened to it. I don't remember what happened. Also, somewhere in between that, my dad had bought me a Yamaha 3-cylinder motorcycle, but I never did ride it. I couldn't get it cranked, so I wasn't no expert on motorcycles anyway. But I never did get it cranked, so I never rode it. Also, my first crash on a motorcycle was in my front yard. Okay, I lived next to a church growing up. And I used to ride in the church parking lot, and then I would like hit this little hill, little bank between, all property set a little bit higher than the church property there. So I used to hit this little hill and you jump it all the time. So I jumped in the first gear, no problem. Jumped in the second gear, and then I decided to be stupid and jump it in third gear, right? Third gear, I didn't have any torque. So when I hit the hill, I hit the gas, try to keep the front end up, but again, it was in third gear, had no torque. I landed on the front wheel and fell. That was my first crash. It didn't hurt the bike. I think it hurt my leg or side or something, but I was stunned for a little while, but I was able to ride. So after that 400, my dad never did buy me any more motorcycles, right? So I didn't ride bikes until, okay, those bikes were old bikes, right? And I think to crank them up, you had to take the key. Yeah, I think it was a key. I think the key was up top on the last bike I had, but to unlock the handlebars, there was a key on the side, I think. Actually, I think the key was on the side to start the bike. You put the key in, you turn it, you unlock the steering wheel, the lights came on, and you had to start up top. But anyway, the point is this: the newer bikes. I was watching something. I saw a guy stick the key in and unlock the steering wheel and push the button, crank the bike up. So I came up, I was still in cars. This is back in '89. I was still in cars. And, we used to take a dent puller, Google dent puller or a slide hammer. You see what I'm talking about. But anyway, we screw the dent puller into the switch and you snatch the switch out of certain cars. Toyota cars, something like that. Anyway, you can crank it the car. Once you snatch the switch out, you take a screwdriver and crank the car. So I said, I wonder would that work on a motorcycle? So one day, me and a friend was riding in a stolen Toyota minivan, and we saw this Kawasaki Voyager parked in Cobb County somewhere at this office park. And we parked right next to the motorcycle. I, screwed the dent puller into the keyhole, snatched the switch right out, got a screwdriver, stuck it in, and turned the damn thing on, and the radio went to blaring loud. And I did not. Okay, the radio had a little plastic cover on it, right? I guess it kept the rain out. I couldn't see the radio. All I saw was blank and a whole bunch of loud music playing. And it never occurred to me to just turn the switch off. So I'm sitting there trying to cut the radio off. I don't know how to cut the radio off. Then I came up with a bright idea to take the damn screwdriver and start stabbing the speakers. They still playing loud. I'm just started stabbing them and they just started playing loud. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I came up with the idea to cut the bike off. So I'm looking around trying to figure out how the hell you cut the radio off. And then I happened to see on one of the handlebars, I forgot which one, it was a volume button. So I cut the volume down. Well, I turned the radio back on and cut the volume down. So then I hit the thing, crank the bike up, and drive off like it was mine, right? I drive all the way home from like West Pacey Ferry Road in 285 all the way to my house on High Tower Road in Bankhead with no helmet on, riding a damn Kawasaki Voyager. No helmet at all. Never got stopped by the police. That's amazing, right? But anyway, how far? It was probably about 10 miles from home. Probably about 10 miles. Never saw a cop. Well, anyway, I got home and we opened up the back suitcases. It had the suitcases and there was a helmet back there. But I think the helmet was too small. I think it was too small for my big ass head. I think. I really don't remember. But I remember we stole a helmet we was riding on Boulevard one time. And this may not been the same time, but we was riding on Boulevard in a car. And it was like 5 or 6 motorcycles parked in a row. And we pulled up, I reached up, grabbed the helmet, and jumped in the car, haul ass. Right? Yeah, I know we was wrong. I was a bad child back then. But anyway, I kept that Voyager for a while. I loved the way it rolled. Sound good, pull good, stop good. Well, for its size anyway. But then I decided to steal what do they call it? A Honda Interceptor 500. Now, I remember when the Honda Interceptor 1000 came out. I didn't know they had a 500. But I stole this 500 and I don't remember where I stole it from, but it was the same thing. I used a dent puller, snatched the switch out, cranked the damn thing up, and drove off. That 500 sounded like it was sick. I remember it just sounded like it was sick. And I never did steal a 1000. Never did. But I rode that 500 for a while. I don't think it was fast enough to run from a damn cop in a Yugo. But anyway, I stole I think it was a Kawasaki. Hey, I don't remember what I stole. Oh, no, I know what I stole. It was a Honda Hurricane 1000. I had never heard of a Hurricane. Never heard of it. And I saw the bike. I'd never seen the bike before. I saw it. I thought it was a damn spaceship, right? I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the bike was when I saw it. But anyway, the funny thing was this. I got it from Little 5 Points. And it was so crazy. I remember I riding in a Toyota pickup truck. And I saw the bike and I parked down the street from the bike, walked up to the bike, used my dent puller, snatched the switch out, right? Walked back down to the truck, put the damn dent puller back in the truck, walk back up to the motorcycle, get on the motorcycle, stick the screwdriver in there, turn it on, crank it up, and try to pull off. And the bike rolled like not even a half a foot, and stopped. Like, just locked up. And I'm like, what the hell? I backed it up. I'm looking around like, is it hooked or something? I backed it up so far and it stopped. And I'm like, what the hell? I tried to drive forward again and it stopped. And I'm thinking, damn, is there a park? Is there a park on this bike? Meantime, where the bike was parked, it was a guy with his back to the window, right? Watching TV the whole time, right? He never did turn around. So anyway, I'm like, what the hell? So I cut the bike off and I get off the bike and I look, and the guy had taken a combination lock and put it in the damn put it in the disc brake on the rear of the bike. I didn't have a hammer. I didn't have nothing. So I then cut the bike off, walked back down to the pickup truck, drove to a drug dealer house that I used to sell. I think I talked about this drug dealer. He would buy anything I bring him. If I bought him a coffee maker, he would buy it. I'm not joking. Whatever I bought him, he would buy it. I stole a car one time with a big ass picnic basket. No, it wasn't no food. It was like a brand new picnic basket with all different kind of containers to put stuff in, but nothing was in it. It was brand new. Big old you see the movie with the big brown wicker picnic basket? That's what this was. He bought it. I don't remember what he paid for it, but he bought it. But anyway, I went to his house and I got a, bolt cutter from him, right? He told me to bring my bolt cutters back. I walked up there, cut the lock on the motorcycle, walked back down the street, got in the truck, took his bolt cutter back to him, came back, parked the truck, walked back up, cranked the motorcycle up, and drove it off. That was probably the most driving I had ever done to steal a damn car. But that's what I did. And I remember the bike was like it was like a race car. It was my first time driving anything really, really fast. You know, the Honda Voyager was kind of fast, but it was a big bike, you know. This thing here was like a rocket. And I remember, the brake pedal and the gear shifter was so small. I'm like, are they real? But it was so futuristic. At least it was back then. You look at it now, it's like an old ass bike. But back then it's like a spaceship almost, And it was so damn fast. I mean, I remember you pull off, and the guy had put aftermarket pipes on it. So when you pull off, I guess there's a reason why I did this. Somebody said it was because of the pipe. But when you pull off below 3,000 RPM, it will cut out. If you give it more than the taste of throttle, it will cut out real bad. But then when you get to 3,000, it will take off. And when it got to 6,000, it will pop the front wheel off the ground. I mean, the damn bike was hauled. As a matter of fact, I think the police, I think the police chased me that night, I think. But I got away. I know they chased me another time. I think I got chased that night on the way home. But I got away because the bike was fast. And back then, Atlanta City police cars, like I said, in 89, Atlanta City police cars only did 108. The Crown Vic with the 302 dual exhaust, with the police interceptors, they still only did 108. Yes, they had 140 on the board, and anybody tell you they ran more than 108, they lying to you. And some people holler, they had 351s. They did not have 351s. They had 302s. They had the same, and people don't know this, police cars had the same engines regular cars have. Just like the Chargers, they have regular 5.7. If any police has a 6.4 or 392, it didn't come that way. That 392 package don't come with police cars. It don't. They come with the 5.7, not the 392. And they damn sure don't come with the Hellcat. But anyway, getting back to it, I think I got chased, but I got away. And I had that bike for a while. I loved it. And there was this guy I knew I went to school with, wanted to ride it. And I told him, I said, dude, this is a stolen bike. You get caught with this bike, don't call my name. His dumb man got caught and crashed and broke a leg and something else. But he didn't call my name. Surprised the hell out of me. Because he wasn't the hardest person in the world, but I would have thought he would have told on him. But he didn't. He kept it to himself. But that's what happened to that bike. His dumb ass crashed and broke his leg or something like that. I stole a couple other bikes. I think I stole a Hurricane 600 or something like that. Oh, back then they had Katana. I think I had stole a Katana 600, a Katana 750. I got, after the guy had crashed though, I kind of like decided to lay off bikes because like I said, he got messed up pretty bad. And I decided, you know what, I mean, I knew I could outride him, but you never know when something might happen. Bikes, be honest with you, bikes scare the hell out of me. But I still love the speed. I love the power, which is the reason why I won't sell my motorcycle. But anyway, that's my history of motorcycles. The last bike I stole, I can't even tell you. I don't even remember. I don't remember. Like I said, I started messing with him after that boy crashed, and I just said, you know what, I think I'm gonna stick to cars. Anyway, this is Dre. Have any questions or comments or whatever, give me a call. I mean, leave a comment. Y'all have a good day. Bye.